Okay, hi everyone. This is Desiree, and I've been a little bit of MIA. I've recently had some complications with my pregnancy, but everything's okay so far. Just a lot of contractions here and there, and uncomfortable. I've been very, very, very uncomfortable. But I finally found the time to get my to do my spiritual journey speech, and it's a few days late, but it's better late than never, right? Okay, so I'd like to start. One of the first questions is, what events in your life have brought you to where you are today? So I'd have to go back a couple years, actually almost 5 years ago. My daughter, my daughter's father passed away, and he was my fiance at the time, and he passed away suddenly. Um, it was unexpected. I was devastated. It affected myself, my family, and to this day, it still does. Um, and I have to say that um, that was a part of my life where I was at my all-time low, at an all-time low. I didn't understand what was going on. Um, I didn't know how to handle that. It was my first, I never had lost someone so close before. And it was not only devastating to myself, but my daughter. She was 3 at the time. And with everything going on at that time, raising my daughter and having all of a sudden these financial hardships, and on top of that, grieving. I had the hardest time accepting. I didn't understand why God had taken him. There was no explanation. He passed suddenly due to a heart failure, and he was only 22. So I had a lot of questions, you can imagine, not only myself, but his family. And, all they could give us at the time was that his heart failed, and there was no explanation why. So that was a time that I needed to find myself and put my trust into God, but I wasn't sure how to do that, because prior to that, I believed in God. I've always been a believer in God, but I've never practiced. I grew up Catholic, so I was never practicing. I just knew, here and there, I would say, I believe in God. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. But after this happened to me, I knew that I needed to put my faith into Him if I if I was going to be able to get through that. And I did. And it took some time. Even after that, I wasn't sure what path to take. I wasn't sure which way to go. I had never done anything on my own before. And it was a very hard time in my life. Um, so, with that being said, like I said, I was raised Catholic, but when that happened, I put my faith into God. And to me, it doesn't matter if you're Catholic or Christian. If you believe in God, then that's all you need to say. That's all you need to. If you can put your 100% faith into God and trust in Him to guide you in the direction that He thinks is best for you, then that's all you need to do. Um, my life is different now ever since that happened, and putting my faith into God. I I put my trust into Him, and it allowed me to accept all the things around me. Um, it has given me the strength to move on and move forward in my life. And here I am 5 years later. I am in love with an amazing man that treats me and my daughter very good. And I my daughter is 8 years old now, and she's just amazing. She's so smart, and and she's growing so fast. And now I am here with, I am 37 weeks pregnant with another little girl on the way. We're just waiting on her now. And I it's because I put my faith into God. I let him take charge. I allowed him, or I put my faith into him, and it's brought me here. If someone asked me how to become Christian, what would I say, or what does it mean to be a believer? That's one of the questions on here. To me personally, a believer is someone who puts all of their faith and compassion and hope into God. To me, they don't need a title of their religion. If they can say, "Oh, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, I believe in God," and they, in their heart, they know that they do believe in him, and they put their faith into him and trust in him, then that's all that needs to be said. And I believe that God will guide them in the way that he thinks, on the path that he thinks is best for them. Now, back to, what drew me to a Christian university during this time. I think what did it for me was speaking to one of the advisors. And when I first spoke to one of the advisors, I was really nervous because I knew it was a Christian school. I wasn't sure on how that worked, or what the requirements were for that, or what they wanted. I spoke to one of the advisors, and I told them that what I was interested, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to pursue, what my dreams were. And you know what? I had told them I wasn't practicing. I told them I believe in God. I'm a firm believer in God. I put my trust in him. But I can't sit here and tell you that I'm 100%. That I follow all the commandments, and because I'm not perfect. And the response that I got was really surprising, because there was no judgment. There was zero judgment. And I remember she had said, we're here to support you. If you're Christian, or if you're a practicing Christian, that's great, but we're not here to judge. We're here to support you and make sure that you follow your education. And that's what I did. That's who I spoke to, at least, and that's what she said. And I told her I needed to make my dreams become a reality. I still want to become a teacher and work with students with special needs, and that's really something that I'm dedicated in doing. So that's it for my speech. I went over my time, unfortunately, but that's a little bit about me. Like I said, I'm sorry my speech is late, but it's better late than never. I'm hoping that I'll be okay for this next week to get the informative speech done, but we'll see. So everyone, I hope you like my speech, and God bless you, and have a good night.